Well, good day, folks. Thought we would do a little look around here at my garden here at home. I actually have more going on here than I do over at the big garden. We put the video up the other day showing what we had over there, and my original plan, I was going to try to grow some stuff over there, but I'm not really set up yet to know for sure that it's going to be deer proof, so I didn't want to take that chance. And so my son, he works in landscaping, and he was able to get me these tubs here. So I've got 4 of them, and we've got some collards in here. These are some seed that I've had for a good while. They're called Vates collards. Now I've got 3 in these 2 pots, and then down here I've got, I think it's 2 apiece. Now I've got 3 in this one, but now I've not fertilized these as of yet, and I may try to introduce some. They've been planted now probably about a week and a half, I'm assuming. I can't remember exactly when I done it, but just thought I would show you that. And so hopefully we'll have us some collards later on this winter. And then our little flowers, they're still a blooming, that we've had all summer. So just to get a close-up of some of those. I know it won't be long. Old man Frost is going to be along. This actually volunteered and came up, and I transplanted it, put it in this little pot here. And here, these are red onions that I've started from seed. They've been in there about a week. I've not seen them yet, so I don't know. It'll be my first time trying this from seed. There's our fern. And this is a airplane plant that was given to my wife by her aunt before she passed away. Actually, it's just, she just gave her a clipping of it. And you can see these things here, if they ever get started, they're quite evasive. But if you put them in a hanging basket like this, you can control it. But they're very pretty. They'll actually have blooms on them. And then we have another fern here, and these are the yellow cooking onions. Now they're a short day type. Now I've been told that here where we live, we need the short day onion. And I was talking to an old man here maybe a couple weeks ago, and he told me, now those red onions down there that I showed you, they are long day. These here are short day onions. And he told me, he said that he's actually grown intermediate day onions here and had good success with them. And he lives, you know, in basically the same area that I do. And so I don't know. See, my thing is I want to try to get some to bulb out, and don't know how that's going to work this year. So we're going into next year. But Virginia, see, we're kind of on the line here. Virginia needs a long day onion. North Carolina needs a short day onion. So I don't see why intermediate wouldn't work. But anyway, we're going to play around with it. And I had someone, I don't remember who you were, but someone commented back in the summer as to what kind of petunias these are. And they're called bubblegum. That's all I can tell you. And that right there is actually just 2 plants, 2 or 3 plants. And those things will just spread out and cover a container that you put it in. And those things have just bloom all summer. So that they're a hybrid. I do know that. You can't save any seed off of them. You probably could, but I think they come back. It seemed like we tried that and they came back white. But it's still pretty. I mean, nothing wrong with it. But Let's walk down here to the garden. I'll show you what I have down there. Okay, our okra, we're still getting okra, and you can see that stuff is tall. I have to reach up and pull the stalk down to cut it off, and it's actually taller this year than it's normally has been in the past. And but we've got a lot of okra off of it. Matter of fact, it's going to need to be cut again in the next day or two. But my peppers is actually started putting out. If you remember, I put a little more fertilizer to them, and actually I have fertilized them a second time since you seen me put some to them in the video, and they're finally starting to bear. This first one is a bell pepper. I think it's a California Wonder, if I remember the name. The others are the sweet banana pepper, and then the hot banana pepper is way on out there toward the end. Now this, we have some cabbage, and I did fertilize it too the other week, same time I did these peppers. This is Round Dutch, and it's supposed to be a good variety to grow in the cooler months and in the fall. But I love it. I've grown it. I have had it in the spring and harvested, I think, say around the middle of June. And this is very good cabbage. It makes a good, tight, full head when you grow it then. And I think I've had it here one time before, and we made good cabbage off of it in the winter. So actually that one right there in the middle looks like it might be trying to already head. But my plan is this year with this, I've never did this before, but thought about trying to make sauerkraut and make it in the middle of winter. And I can put it in that building, in my building right there, and store it in there, because one half of it is insulated, and it will stay, you know, I don't think it gets no colder than like 50, depending on what kind of weather we have outside. But it will keep it somewhat warm, but it'll just take its own sweet time. Through the day it will warm up in there when the sun gets out on it. But and I do have some heat that I can put in there as well. But I'd love to try me some winter kraut, because we love our sauerkraut here. And we'll walk on around. The peas over there, I'm letting them kind of go to seed. That's the zipper cream peas, and we'll try to get what we can off of that. And I may do another video on mowing that down. That's a whole separate thing here. But this is my broccoli. Here I started, I think I'm right now, these on this end here, I think the first 5, I believe, first 4 or 5 right there, I started from seed myself. And then the latter ones down there, I did buy those plants because I just didn't have enough, and we like our broccoli here. Usually by around December, Christmas time along in there, we're starting to get fresh broccoli. And it's always just a treat to have something out of the garden in the middle of winter. So I just love that. And I'll show you a couple more things. Let's walk up here to the grapevine, my blackberry vine. You can see I've got to cut this year's vine out of that and go on and get it wintered. I've got a lot more sprouts on that for next year, and I've got another plant that I'm wanting to get and set out. I've got some other things I want to do. My blueberry bushes, they need pruning this coming winter, and I've got some new growth down at the bottom if I keep my son away from it with a weed eater. So I've got to get in there and work on it. This is a new one. I've got to get the grass out around it. And it's actually, that thing has grown this year since I set it out. That's a little pear tree. I don't know if it's going to do anything. It volunteered and came up. I don't know, it may not make nothing. But here we have, these are the bronze scuppernongs. And the cold, you can see right there's one. I've got to get out here and pick these off too. I didn't have a lot of them this year, but what I've been doing, I've been taking them off in small batches and freezing them, and we will try to get some juice off of those in the future. And this is a vine that I transplanted a sprout from my mom and daddy's years ago. But you can see there, I've got to get out here and pick these things. I didn't realize that there was this many starting to turn. Last year, for whatever reason, they never would ripen up. I don't know why. And I do know we had a dry fall, and that could have had something to do with it. But anyway, we've got that. And let's walk down here for just a second. There was a young man on here that was talking about wanting some tomato tomato seed. And as you can see right here, I have oodles. And I plan on helping him out with that. But this is just a mess right here. But this is a little peach tree that volunteered and came up. And I need to do some pruning on it, but I want to dig this up and transplant it somewhere. I wanted to check something else while I was right here. Yeah, it's the chickens has got down here. We've got free range chickens from neighbors, and that's why I've got the fence up, got everything protected, but can't have anything out. But I want to move this. It came from a sprout from my mom and daddy's, and I remember that tree made good peaches, so I hope it'll do the same here. So we're going to try to transplant this and prune it up and get it ready to go. One more thing, we'll walk over here. Well, a couple of things really, but I've got a new addition here to our yard. This is our new addition. This is a brown turkey fig, and we just bought it probably about 2 weeks ago now, and we set him out. I already see new growth starting right there, but it's about time for him to go to bed for the winter. So, but I see new growth, so I don't see no signs of nothing dying on it. If it'll make it through the winter, I know it'll be all right. And hadn't had a fig bush in years, fig tree, whichever you call it. But one more thing here, and then I'm gonna get off of here. I've got things going on today. Hope you can hear me over the neighbor mowing his yard. But this is a persimmon tree, and I've got to do some pruning on it, I see. But I started it from seed, and we hope we can have us some persimmons around here. I've heard it takes, I forget what I saw. I was reading an article about persimmon trees, how old they have to be before they will bear. Seemed like it might have been 7 years. I don't remember. I'd have to look that back up. But this one is 2 years old now. So the persimmon tree that we used down at my mom and dad's has died. You know, we did a video on that here back. And so we need another tree. And I hope I can pet this one and we can have persimmons here and not have to drive a ways to get them. That is, possums and squirrels will leave them alone. So anyway, I know that lawnmower probably drowned my voice out. But we also have a mimosa tree here, corner of our yard. I see a lot of people, they post liking these trees, so that's a picture of ours right there. So anyway, folks, I got some things going on and I've got to get back inside and tend to some stuff, but just thought I'd do a little quick fall update here at home, what we've got going on. And just a quick thing to show you. I appreciate you keep getting subscribers, and that's good. I'm tickled to death over that, and we welcome you aboard. And I thank y'all for sticking with me. Those of you that have been subscribed for a long time, I thank you for sticking with me. And just I hope we can keep on putting out, you know, videos and stuff that people will like to look at. And we're gonna get off of here, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.